Hello, new and direct. Oh man, can you go bigger? Oh, great. Okay, whatever. um, I'm closer now. I'm in still a white wall behind me. I'm in my man storage, man storage closet. It's not a man cave. It's a man storage closet. Mike Dyna, Mike Dynamic coming at you. That's the product. Good Ear Productions. Let's do an update. So we have, pardon me, I will quickly improve the legibility little by little. Now, we're not going to have this problem anymore of my stuff getting moved around. I'm in a new location. Old location, transient. New location, though it's modest, it's a closet and a glorified closet. It's huge as closets go, but not as offices go. It's just unique. Stable. We don't know about this. All right, review. Scoreless album sales. Man, the week goes fast. I'm gonna say I think we got caught up. Yeah, I think I told you everything. So album sales were slowly but surely. Uh, Number two, my Reformation music video. Lewis, my coworker, says he's gonna do something today and have it ready to roll. Possibly, I don't know what that means, but it's more than what I can do for sure. And I'm thankful for it. Three, you will be glorified. On hold, waiting for you when you come back from Japan. Number four, YouTube video. Hey Jeff, how's the improvement of the video quality going? Nowhere. Number five, uh, rules of engagement. Gotta, uh, gotta write a note on my hand again. No, I didn't really. Until I get this video quality improved, I'm not really too worried about that. But just it is what it is. Six, networking always. That's how as time permits, I'm always going to network. Um, so I'm getting reoriented here, but that's okay. So I've been thinking about format um, in terms of, you know, in terms of if we were going to have guests, for instance, chat with people. I mean, my goodness, 30 minutes will be gone in no time, and then my regular thing I've established. What do I do? So two options: I can cram the guest in, or I can have uh, a bonus event stream, bonus stream. So that is probably the route I would go. Not sure. Maybe I'll do both. Depends. So it depends on the person too. Um, but that's that. So let's just hope I can get. We got to the fantasy basketball draft I did, and that was just a very big burden on my discretionary time. It's a labor of love. I love it, but it took some time. So I'll be back to working more on this, getting this video camera ready to roll. Make a note. We will wait. So um, we can get back to the rhymes. I mean, I can say anything, but let's just do this. So the song is called Demonetized, and we will recite what we have. Who would be the demon to demonetize my enterprise? Undermine my starry eyes, my sorry for they lies. My demise would be idealized, my hopes and dreams not realized. But oh no, should I be surprised? How could I be surprised? All this time, been stepping out of line, but caught up in the crime of trying to speak my mind. All this time, thinking what was mine. Was it really was I do that every time. Was it really yours and yours alone? See, that's what I want to catch myself on. You asked for a safe zone and got it. Yes, to shut me up and got it. Yes, to shut me down and got it. But I got it. Fine with it. So forget it. Get it? Would you be the demon? Surely not I. But I got my platform pulled. Surely not I. Is that demon you? Most certainly not. Well, someone pulled the plug and stuck a finger in my eye. Um, verse 2. Who would be the demon to monetize my otherwise? Once flourishing, now, once flourishing startup on the rise, now fledgling startup in decline. Now, I spent some time thinking about this thing, and I'm going to look up, bear with me here, dictionary. I, I thought I could say flailing, noisy neighbors, aka my family. All right, let's see. So, because I wanted to see was fledgling. Um, I wanted to see the root. Like I didn't read the like Latin or what have you. I just wanted to get a better idea because what we looked at before was um, is it just for well inexperienced or young, but if any, but what I thought is by its very definition is called a startup. Um, so a startup in essence is young and inexperienced, right? Is it not? So if you pull the plug of the startup, that seems to be about right, right? Before you really hit the big time, so to speak. Pledge. Okay, so to take care of a young bird until it's ready to fly, to cover with birds with feathers, to provide with feathers, to grow fledgling. A young bird that has recently acquired its flight feathers. In a way, that's so. It is. You're a young bird and you recently acquired your flight feathers, and you pluck the feathers and you stuck the finger in the eye. You know, all in one motion. A young, inexperienced person. So let me see if I can get it. Middle English, Fledger, Old English, Lige. I don't know. We don't. I don't see too much background on it. I guess while we're here, we can look at flailing because that's another one. Flailing, flail. I never tried to spell it. I guess Flail, I suppose. I failing, right? F-A-I. So flailing. F-L-A. That's another one you could throw in there. Hmm. Flail, okay. Flail, a manual threshing device consisting of long wooden handles to beat, thrash, or strike, to move with a flailing motion. Interesting. Free swing stick attached. I mean, to me, this is flailing. Oh, like the guy who can't swim, he's flailing around in the water or something. So you're once flourishing, now flailing. I just don't like how the word sounds as much as fledgling. You know what I time on that, but let's get it right. So I'm going to stick with fledgling. So who would be the demon? Like I said, I want to include demon knives, but I'm not there yet. But that's where I'm striving for. Doesn't have to mirror. I'm not going to necessarily mirror word, line for line, each part of it. Who would be the demon to monetize my otherwise? Once flourishing now. Once flourishing, startup on the rise. Now fledgling, startup in decline. Okay. Um, so a good thing to say right here. I'm going to just say this. Why not? Stuck in the front of my mind. Now, an easy thing to say. I say this a lot. This stuff isn't surprising. So, stuck in the front of my mind. Uh, is the idea that you didn't see it coming. Okay, so you're in bed with, if you know anything about the background of them, potentially not your ally. Is that a gentle way to say that? So stuck in the front of my mind, and I can just say I can stretch it out. No, not for 1 minute. I like this pen. Nice writing pen. No, not for 1 minute. Blind. And then I can get into the next, bleed into the next line to the fact to, how did you forget to the fact that my act, I feel like saying exacerbate, but I don't know. No, not for 1 minute blind to the fact that my act, no, I'm not going to say that. I want to rhyme act right here or something close to it. To the fact that my act hit exact, here we go, hit exact on the nerve, made him, made him swerve and serve, notice of their non-appreciation. And for them, without retaliation. I can say that stems uh, from, from an all-out dedication of nothing. Here we go. Nothing short of liberal indoctrination. It's just going, so I'm just going to keep writing. What am I supposed to do? No, the pen. I'm just going where the pen takes me. Okay, so as far as matching up, we got to Ryan line 11 last time. You asked for a safe zone. I mean, I'm just rolling. I mean, they don't even think. I guess they think about religious indoctrination if you're coming at it from another aspect. I mean, if you look at college campuses and stuff, if you're coming from a Christian worldview, even though the Christian colleges, many have been uh, taken, they've lost their way. Many of them. I mean, many institutions of higher learning have lost their way because higher learning isn't even part of the equation anymore. It's liberal indoctrination essentially. So, um, to me, higher learning would mean the concept. I should say, I want to tell you, I've never heard the term critical thinking, not once in my life till I got to college. Not once. Never heard the term. So my daughter, I probably introduced her to it, but she's 11, and I talked to her, but I haven't defined that term. But that to me, even though what a lot of it, what I was learning was not valuable, and I wouldn't even agree with necessarily. At least that sets the framework for challenging whatever. A lot of things were, Sunday, Monday, happy days. It's not happy days. It's not America's bad. Down on America, down, down, down. No more Sunday, Monday, happy days. So that was maybe how they're trying to introduce you to critical thinking. Hey, challenge, the happy days, challenge baseball, apple pie, Chevrolet, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. These are people, but just by and large, just frustrated with life. And so you put them in an environment where uh, they're in charge, they're grading you, and you're paying the money. You're their customer, right? But it's kind of turned around like you're, oh, please, I hope I make you happy and get the grade, whatever. A lot of money spent. But anyway, never thought of the concept. Um, but now it gets to the point where I'm not in college now, but what you hear is that you're not allowed to have a speaker on a campus that's challenging what they're being taught. Can we still call that an institution of higher learning where you're learning critical thinking? I mean, this is what your time to really check yourself and figure out where your world view is in the laboratory of a college where you don't have the pressures of you have maybe the pressures of expanding your mind, but you don't have the pressures of providing for a family. So you can really just focus on um, where you fit into the grand scheme of things. Um, and it's a great opportunity. And so you should be bring it on. Let's hear everything and go from there. So um, the idea that you would try to shut down certain things because of a nebulous concept like hate speech. You have to know the history. I looked up that what was the I looked at I can't remember. Just when did that become a part of that term come out? I think it might have been in the 80s or something. But somebody said always that's how it is. Somebody somewhere decides a definition, and I guess mass media and academia or whatever, they all run with it and flood the zone, the world with the term. They all use it, and now all of a sudden people are like, "Well, I don't want to be using hate speech," and the term didn't even exist a few years before. You're all worried about offending people with hate speech, and there was a new term that no one even knew about. So. Yeah, hate speech. Okay. So I got on a roll there, got pretty far. Um, and like I said, I can continue or I can go back to what I did in the prior verse. I said, was it really yours and yours alone? You asked me for a safe zone and got it. I don't know if I want to do that again. I could. If I do, I got to kind of go back a little bit, maybe, but nothing sort of, yeah, but I was just rolling there. Let's just see what I have for the second verse. Who would be the demon to demonetize my otherwise once flourishing startup on the rise, now fledgling, startup in decline, stuck in the front of my mind. No, not one for 1 minute blind to the fact that my act hit exact, oh gosh, hit exact on the nerve. Now this pen writes good, but I gotta be careful. On the nerve, made him swerve and serve. Man, I mean, I'm not even gonna read it. Notice of their non-appreciation, and for them, no doubt retaliation. That stems. Man, read it. This is bad. I gotta do a better job writing from a dedication of nothing short of liberal indoctrination. Sometimes I don't like to say words like liberal and conservative because put the buyer seller wall up for people. I remember I'd hear liberal and kind of like if someone's critical and they criticize someone, call them a liberal. You know, I don't want people that you can identify yourself however you want. I don't know what else to probably even call it. I mean, it just rhymes with dedication, retaliation, indoctrination. You could call it some other kind of indoctrination, but I think the most um, easily understood term is liberal indoctrination. And of course, there's people will say, well, there's classical liberalism, which is more like free speech and stuff, and now it's more of some sort of fascism. Anyway, these terms get changed up, but I think it's the most easily understood. So I'll just say liberal indoctrination. It's gonna take some work. So let me try it again. Who would be the demon to demonetize my otherwise a flourishing startup on the rise, now fledgling startup in decline, stuck in the front of my mind? No, not for 1 minute blind to the fact that my act hit exact on the nerve made them swerve and serve. Notice of their non-appreciation, and for them, without retaliation that stems from a dedication of nothing short of a liberal indoctrination. All right. So I had to go. That was 11 lines. Maybe I don't know if I can shorten it. You asked for a safe zone, got it. Yeah. I mean, I can almost say the same thing. Um, nothing short. I mean, I can. It can lead back to it. But nothing short of liberal indoctrination. Maybe you can say where you get a safe zone and where you'll get a safe zone. Safe zone. Safe station. Yeah, hey, here's one. Have you ever thought about this? Listen to this one. We might add this in there. You know how you have the food tester for the king? This is reverse, maybe. This would be like a content tester for the masses. So just to make sure you're not poisoning the king, you're gonna have a food tester, a drink. You're gonna test the food, make sure you don't die, and then we'll let the king have it. This is the opposite. The content tester is gonna test it, what's coming through their um, platform, and then they'll let they'll let it slip out there. The gatekeeper, so safe for public consumption. I mean, you don't want your customers to die. So anyway, I don't know. I don't want to comment on the show my wife watches. It's so. What can I say? Where you'll get a where you get a safe zone, safe station. I might feel like I'm gonna hang out and safe for a while. We said safe space. I didn't actually use the word safe space. Um, Safe space. Safe space for your you get a safe zone, safe station, safe space, information, spoon fed, now wed, to a life, could say lifelong, to a life, I say a life filled with empty promises. Oh, vacuous is a good word. Could be. It's just reinforcing emptiness. To a life filled with empty promises. Um, I use the term education. I guess I didn't. To a life filled with empty promises. So education, no. I'd say in a custom tailored education, how should we say? Spoon fed, now wed to a life filled with empty promises in a custom tailored education. Life filled, what's that to do with demonetized? Well, God, we're out of time. Uh, well, I did it already. What's that to do with demonetized? You have to till the soil. You have to get people ready. If they're already nodding along, get them to say yes, then they won't say a word when you demonetize the others.